Hi, this is Cheryl Resch. In this video, I'm going to review what static analysis is, why you would want to do it, and how to set it up for your project. So static analysis examines your code to detect vulnerabilities and problems in your code. So static means it doesn't run the code. In static analysis, you do not run the code to find the vulnerabilities or the problems. You look at what's there. So obviously, you've done this with all of your code since you started in this degree program, maybe longer. You look at your code and when you're writing it and when you're testing it, you look at it and you say, what's the complexity analysis? Are there variables I didn't use? How's my style? So that's static analysis. What I'm going to talk about today is automated tools for static analysis. So they look for patterns in your code based on rules. And what kind of things can they find? The same kinds of things that you find on manual static analysis. Complexity analysis, documentation standards. Are you following documentation standards? Style, there are automated tools for looking at your style. And most importantly, to me, and should be to you, is looking for security vulnerabilities. So you might have heard from me before about the importance of looking for security vulnerabilities in your code. So let's have a look. This is the common vulnerabilities and enumerations website. So let's have a look. And it's every day new vulnerabilities are coming up. And in fact, so 34 minutes ago, another vulnerability came up. So here's one from earlier today, 40 something minutes ago, a SQL injection vulnerability. So you probably learned about this, maybe in software engineering, maybe in your database class, but that's something that you should be able to find in your code. And an automated tool can find that in your code. So it's important that you have a habit of looking for these kinds of things and using these tools to look for vulnerabilities for you. You're going out into the world, maybe you're going to write software that other people will use. It's important that we be in the habit of creating software that doesn't end up on this website or, can cause problems for people. And this is a social problem, vulnerable software. It's a manner of, losing money, regular people losing money over software vulnerabilities or, being attacked through software apps. So this is, we want you to get into the habit of looking for software vulnerabilities in your code. And we're going to do that by showing you how to do a static analysis. So there's a lot of free tools for static analysis, and we'll look at those. So these are just some websites. You can look for others, but here, this is top free static code analysis tools. You can have a look. I know people that use some of these. I know people that use this one, at least in my earlier class. Here's another website with some static analysis tools. Some of these are paid. So there's lots of free tools, lots of ways to do this. If you already have a tool that you use and like, you are welcome to use that. So for your project, for this class, you're going to need to do a static analysis, show the report, address what comes up in the static analysis, and write something in your final report about how you address those vulnerabilities and security hotspots. You can use the tools I'm going to go over, which are Sonar Cloud and SonarLint, or you can use the tool you like. But again, you're going to have to do at least 2 static analysis and show the reports in your final report for the class, and write something about how you address the issues. So I'm going to show you how to use Sonar Cloud and Sonar Lint. If you want to use something else, you're welcome to do that. So let's look at Sonar Cloud. Sonar Cloud is amazingly easy. So what you're going to do, I'm already logged in. Let's log out. So here you're going to come to this website. You're going to click on login. And what you're going to do is you're going to log in with your GitHub account. So for free, all you have to do to sign up for Sonar Cloud is to log in with your GitHub account. Your projects will automatically, any project that is public in GitHub, you will be able to analyze with Sonar Cloud. It's incredibly easy. So I'll log in with my GitHub. So it's pretty easy to set up hooking your GitHub to this. It's as easy as logging in with GitHub. And then you're going to come here to the plus and you would analyze a new project. Obviously, I don't have a lot of projects here, but there's some here that I've already brought in, but you would be able to, anything you have that's public would show up here. And if that project is in a language like that's scripted, like JavaScript or Python, it's going to just, as soon as it brings it in, it's going to analyze it. It's that easy. So if we'll go to my projects, we're going to see, so this one you can see here is Java. This was incredibly easy to analyze as well. I didn't have to do any setup to get it to run. And we're going to see, I don't have any security vulnerabilities here, but what I want you to look at, we can look at the bugs, and it calls them bugs. Generally, it's going to be stuff you should fix, but not anything that's going to obviously stop it from running. What I want you to look at when you're doing your project are these security hotspots. So these are things like you should be aware that this might be able to be exploited and you should make sure it can't. So maybe you need to do input validation, that sort of thing. So I need you to look at the security hotspots, indicate whether you decided to do anything about it, how you did something about it. If you didn't, why didn't you? That sort of thing should be in your write-up. Let's look at another project. This was actually a senior project that was turned into me. So I didn't write it, but you can see this one is in JavaScript and a little bit of CSS and HTML, but JavaScript, it'll automatically, as soon as you ask to add this project, it'll just go ahead and run it. So let's look at what this one came up with. This one came up with 4 vulnerabilities. And so let's look here at what these vulnerabilities are. And here this is a SQL. There could be a SQL. So it says change this code to not construct database queries directly from user-controlled data. That would be a SQL vulnerability. So this is something you would have to address. The other thing, the security hotspots, you can look at this and you can say, review this potentially hard-coded credential. Well, it's actually not. I can see why it maybe thought that from, it's actually not. So you should go in and say, this really wasn't an issue. But have a look at the security hotspots. Here's one, asking about the random number generator for a password. Maybe you don't want to use random number generator, that math.random number generator, that kind of thing. So that's what's going to be in security hotspots that I want you to look at here and sort of write up how you addressed it. As you can see, there's valuable information. There's another one. Make sure that disclosing the fingerprinting of this web technology is safe here. So the idea here is, maybe adversaries could figure out a lot about your website by showing this here. Maybe you don't want to do that kind of thing. So that's how easy this is to set up. You log in with GitHub and you ask it to analyze it. This tool will analyze C++. It's a difficult setup. If your senior project is in C++, you may want to use Sonar Lint, so that you apply directly into your IDE. So you can go here. I put it into CLion. So install to CLion. So what we're going to do, we'll look at my CLion, and what you do, I downloaded Sonar Lint, go to CLion, preferences, and plugins, and you can see I downloaded it and then I installed it from the download. So that's how you would do that. And what it does, this is a really short C program that purposely has vulnerable code in it. The analysis is not nearly as attractive as in Sonar Cloud, but you will be able to have this. So if you have C++ code you want to analyze, you can use Sonar Lint. And you can see here, really all it tells me, it remove the insecure use of getS. So hopefully you've learned about insecure C functions. GetS is one of them. You don't ever want to use it. I use this code for this is for teaching. So I've done, I don't know, I do a buffer overflow assignment with this code. And then here's another one. This function is never used, but you can get this kind of a report from Sonar Lint. So that is your real quick introduction. You can reach out to me with questions. Dr. Thomas can give you my contact info. You should know how to email me. I'm in the directory. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And good luck. And thanks for watching.